So, I hope that you don't feel like I exaggerated when I was talking about Nadjah, and you can see why I was a little emotional when I was making that piece. But she has joined us here, and it is my great pleasure to introduce you to Nadjah Nicole. Nadjah, thank you so much for coming on the program.
No problem.
I know it's kind of painful. You have to sit here while this whole studio full is like gawking at the monitor, looking at you. And then Michael had to excuse himself because he was all emotional.
It's all right.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm 22. I just finished my junior year at Chestnut Hill College in Philly. I'm a mom of a beautiful 1-year-old. Her name's Journey. I have a great Into World tour coming up June, July, and August. I have a bunch of shows all over the place. I write, I sing. I started out with poetry, but right now it's mostly just music, just songs.
So let's go back to that. It started out at poetry. When did that start?
Well, that had to start around high school time, I guess, going into high school, and because I started singing before then, so I always wanted my poems to be songs. So I just would write little snippets here and there on napkins, notebooks. In the back of my school notebooks, I would always have poetry. So I always kept that kind of stuff, and now I try to go back to those things and rework them as songs.
And so you said you always have been singing. Tell me about how that started.
Well, of course, I come from a singing family. My dad grew up in the church, so he was always in choirs. So I grew up in the church, joining choirs and things like that. And I guess around 12, they forced me, my mom and dad, into the church choir, and I was terrified. But my choir director, Miss Oakley at Bethel AME, she pushed me and my sister to do a solo together, and that kind of like shed some light. And I was like, okay, I think I can do this. And ever since then, people have been calling me. So.
So tell us about now. Now you are Nadjah Nicole, but the name of your band is Nadjah Nicole. So tell us about your band and where you've been and where you'll be.
Well, my band is there's my best friend Abraham, like my brother. Known him since 6th grade. Then there's Jazz, known her since 6th grade, and Ishmael, that's my guitar player. And then I have Tony, who produces some of my music. He steps in as my piano player. And then I've played with various bass guitarists and drummers. But I've been to, mostly in Delaware. I've been mostly in Delaware, but I've been to DC as Nadjah Nicole, and I will be in Philly for the first time June 3rd. But I get a lot of love from Delaware. Of course, this is home. So, but in Philly, I actually did open up just by myself. I was at a concert where I sang for Robin Thicke, Macy Gray, Chrisette Michelle. So that was fun.
How was that?
That was awesome. I got to meet Macy.
Did you?
I was like, hi. So that was fun. That was really cool. I'm hoping, since now I live in Philly, I'm hoping to really get out and be heard.
So on June 3rd, that's a Tuesday, I believe, you're at the Voltage Lounge.
Voltage Lounge at 9.
Okay, and then on June 20th, you're back here.
I'm at World Cafe Live downstairs. I'm splitting the bill with a wonderful group, really funky group called Edna's Tribe, and that's going to be a great show. I have different features that'll be there for my show, and I'm hoping to do a collaboration with Edna's Tribe, so that'll be fun.
So let's go back to the first song that we played, His Eyes on the Sparrow, and you were talking to us during the playing of that about how the recording of that came. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I was in high school. I think I was in 11th grade, so about 17, and my dad kept telling me I needed to record some videos for YouTube so people could hear me. So I would get home from school at like 4 o'clock, and I would just sit down in front of the computer and just start busting out songs left and right that I knew off the top of my head. And I would do like one a week, one every 2 weeks. And I started getting a little bit of a buzz, which was great. So I did all the things that I knew right then and there. And then I learned some things. So that was fun. I haven't done that in so long. I need to get back to it.
Yeah, you probably should. Yeah. But yeah, because like I said, it was very powerful for me. It was really good. So the other thing I wanted to talk to you about was you said that you wrote music.
Yes.
How did that start?
Well, with the poetry, when I started recording in an actual studio, Tony his name's Jerry Anthony Thompson, but I call him Jaddy. He always asked me if I wrote poetry or if I wrote songs, because that would help with the recording process. So the poetry that I had, I started writing in song format. And when I went to my vocal coaches, they helped me to write in song format. So it became easier as time went on. So right now, you know, not to brag, but I could probably write a song in like 2 days and I'd be finished from top to bottom. And then of course when I go in the studio, that might change a little.
Now my question about that is, I don't write songs, but I do know songwriters and I do know musicians, and they say it's a very personal experience. Where do you get your inspiration for your songwriting? And is it for you a personal experience, or is it more of your observations of other things?
Right now, it's more so observations of other things. My personal songs, you probably won't hear for a long time, because I have to work with other people before I can do what I want to do, you know?
Right.
So it's half and half. When I'm in the studio doing something I need to do, it's more so, okay, what can I get inspiration from? You know, who can I think of who can help me write this? You know, what situation? But when I'm at home and I'm in my room and I'm, you know, something pops into my head and I just get that feeling, I'm like, okay, let me just write this down. That's more personal, but you won't hear those for a while.
So what do you want? Is this what you want to do forever, or do you have other aspirations? What is how would you see this playing out 5 or 10 years from now?
Wow.
The reason I ask that is because sometimes, like artists, they don't necessarily want anything more than just the opportunity to perform. And sometimes there is this grand plan in place. And I don't want to spoil your answer, but for me, it doesn't feel like there's like some ultimate Grammy aspiration. It could be, and there's nothing wrong with that, but what is it for you?
Well, I think everyone who knows me knows that I'm very simple. You know, everyone would always want me to be something huge, you know, as big as Beyonce, as big as Lady Gaga, you know, whatever. But I'm happy wherever I land. I'm not saying that I'm going to work less, but if it means that I'm just going to be at Warm Daddy's down in Philly every month and everyone's like jam-packed to come see me, I'm okay. I'm living comfortably, you know. I know that I'll be singing for the rest of my life, and where I will be singing, that doesn't matter. Just to be able to sing makes me happy.
Does your little girl sing?
She, if I'm singing, she'll go, So she's only 1, so I hope she does. You know, I hope that's something, I'll have her on stage with me one day. But she's barely talking.
And she doesn't really understand any of this yet.
I don't know. Sometimes, like, she dances. If she hears music, she'll get up and she'll do that. But that's pretty much it. I hope she sings, though.
Okay, now, I don't want to, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about? We talked about the 2 places that you are, but there are some other dates on your website.
I have several dates. I can't even remember off the top of my head. But you can go to NadjahNicole.com. Reverb Nation, Nadjah Nicole, and you can see all the links to all my other social media sites, and my website will have every date that I have. So, and private ones too, like I have weddings too. You
had a couple of dates earlier this year that looked kind of interesting. I don't know if you remember February 10th. I think it was, it seemed like it was kind of a Valentine's Day event.
Yes, I was at Bethany Blues. I think that was it. No, that was Warm Daddy's.
Okay.
I was at Warm Daddy's for the first time. That was awesome. That was absolutely awesome. And I'm hoping to get back there soon. And then February 15th, I was at this place called Bethany Blues, and I'll be there again July 25th. They were awesome. So if you love the beach and you love music, that's the place to be. July 25th.
Okay, well, we'll probably be, our friend Sarah and Michael will probably be at World Cafe on the 20th.
Okay, great.
So we'll come check you out. And I'll try not to embarrass you, but I don't make any promises.
No. It's all right. You have to be higher than my dad, though, because I'm sure he'll be loud, too.
I think I can give him
and
a
my
run
mom,
for his money. Anyway, Nadjah, thank you so much for coming on. It was a great pleasure meeting you, and thank you so much for sharing your gift with us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
There was one more thing. I had asked you when we were emailing back and forth, we do have our You Are Future Artist aspect of this program, and I know that a lot of young people are watching, and a lot of parents of young people are watching. So I was wondering if you had anything, any advice, any words of encouragement that you'd like to share.
Never stop working hard. Never ever stop working hard, And if you have a dream, go for it, even if it seems impossible, because you never know what is possible until you try.
Okay, I'll take it. Thank you again.
Thank you.
We're going to ask you at home to stay tuned. We'll be right back with more of In the Upper Room. Michael will come back. We're going to talk about a couple of things and play around a little bit, and we'll be right back with more.
From my heart to yours, I would give you butterflies. From my heart to yours, I would give you summertime. From my heart to yours, ooh, I'd give you happy time. From my heart to yours, I'd give you mine, yeah.
Well, Michael came back and reminded us that he had asked Nadjah to perform live for us. I was too chicken to do it because I didn't want to put her on the spot. But I'm glad that Michael came back and reminded us, because she is going to perform just a little something for us. So, Nadjah, thank you.
Yes,
No
thank you,
problem.
Nadjah.
Just a snippet.
Okay, just a snippet. Nobody's looking. Nobody's looking at you.
And if
Not
it gets
looking
to
at you.
feeling good, just let it ride.
Them that's got shall get, them that's not shall lose. So the Bible says, and it still is news. Mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own, that's got his own. Ooh. Oh, money, you've got lots of friends standing around the door, but when the money's gone and the spending ends, they don't come around no more, no more.
Woo, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I knew what was over there. I knew it.
Thank you, Nadjah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and you nailed it.
You
sis.
did nail it.
Yes.
Took a deep breath
Yes,
and was on.
yes, I love it.
My dad always says, be ready to blow them out the water.
Yes.
Be ready.
And that you did.
Yes.
Yes, at home, how you like that?
Nadjah's dad, she hit the nail on the
Yes,
head.
you did. You gave her good advice.
That was great advice.
And she did just like you said.
I
man.
feel
She
so lucky that she's here.
blew it out the water. I got to hear more of that, so I will be coming to your
We'll be
events.
at World Cafe.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
please come back again and see us. Okay,
I
Nadjah?
definitely will. Thank you so much.
Yes.
At home, we'll be right back with more.